Hello, welcome to the next episode of the Annie Show, all about behind the scenes of running an illustration business, being an artist and running Strategy for Happy, which is a little bit more in depth to explain, but you know, we'll get into it. So thank you so much, because I have a brilliant question to talk about today. It's actually one that a bestie, thank you so much, commented on the last video, and I've spent all week thinking about it because the answer has quite a lot of layers. But I want to give you a few updates first before we get into that. So did some painting yesterday. Oh, so happy. I just feel so friggin' free when I'm painting. I'm gonna show you. Actually, can you see? Hang on. All the aftermath. There we go. All the aftermath. You can see that I've got my PJ bottoms on because this is the true behind the scenes. I'll answer anything. So this one is a work in progress. I was working on the second kind of base layer yesterday, getting some real good texture. Can you see? I friggin' love her. Loads of like lovely marks there. Love it. Some writing going in there. Oh, can't wait to work on her some more. Okay, so she's just on the wall drying. And then we've got this one, which is still a work in progress, but she's getting there. Oh God, just bashed the wall. She's getting there. So this was my third kind of layer, if you will. Still a bit wet. I'm just adding some more texture there. And yeah, just really, oh, can you see some lush colours in there? This little drip feature at the top. And then, oh, is that backwards to you? I don't know. You have outgrown that thought. So this is part of a series I'm working on. More info on that to come. I just realised I wasn't even looking at you. I'm so sorry, I'm used to recording videos the other way and you sitting in a different place, but you're over there, of course you are. Yeah, so I used to create my paintings, sell my paintings. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm going to create a whole collection and then do an exhibit. It's exciting, isn't it? So let me pop her back over there. Okay. Hopefully I'm not shoving my bum too much in the camera because I'm not editing these videos because I want them to be real and raw and like you are sitting here next to me and we're having a good old chin wag. On that note, please do comment anything. This is the real behind the scenes of everything. Sugar and Soft, my illustration business and everything else. So, what else has been going on? If you're watching this, like I'm going to post it later today. So today, is it the 3rd? Hang on. 3rd of April. Tiny Hug Club, my Happy Mail Club is, let me show you. Hey, is that stack all going to come down on me? No, I think we're all right. My Happy Mail Club is open. It is open. We only open it for a few days a month and it's open right now. We haven't got that many boxes left. Yeah, so I think I don't know if I spoke a little bit about this. Oh, I did. I spoke a little bit about something really exciting. I'm not going to do any spoilers, don't worry. Something really exciting that arrived. So I design everything. I get items manufactured and they get delivered to the studio and it's very, very exciting when they look amazing, as this item did. However, another item for a future box had marks all over it. So that won't be going in your box. So I guess I could show that, couldn't I? I'll probably do a video about that. But because if it's shit and I can't use it, at least I can use it for some content. So that won't be going in. But I was having a little think just now, actually, about the club and the reasons why I started Tiny Hug Club. So I started Tiny Hug Club to build a little community, to be able to create something special, some drawing, some art, and post out to you through your letterbox. That's always been a big deal for me as well. Like I have ummed and ahed over the years, 9 years I think we've been going now with Tiny Hug Club. Ummed and ahed over the years whether to add bigger items, make more of it, make like a bigger box, put mugs, even put clothing in there, all of that kind of thing. I have never done that. I really wanted to keep it so it fits through a letterbox. And I was thinking, please don't panic. I'm not going to change anything overnight. I'm just kind of putting it out there. You're a bestie, you're watching this. So please do give me your opinion if you care strongly one way or the other if you are a Tiny Hug Club member. This is, so I haven't even said the thing I'm asking for your opinion on yet. So it's kind of really evolved. I think it's because I was looking at some pictures of my first ever boxes. I was going to say our then. It was just me on my own when I started Tiny Hug Club. And it was honestly like where I had a bit more freedom with the design. Like, we had so few members, and I was running the Sugar and Sloth shop, so I'd illustrate goodies to go in the shop, and that was the main business. And I just thought I'd start this because I realised that I was spending very little time on design. And I was like, if I have this monthly project, I'm going to have to spend loads of time on design, which is what I love. I love doing a different theme every month. Oh, love it. And it was not any big stationery items. It was, it just started with like a postcard, a sticker, an enamel pin. It's always been an enamel pin, and I don't know, maybe a calendar page. I can't really remember. Like, it's kind of grown over the years, and now it's quite fancy. And there's at least two, like, I call them like premium items of stationery. So they vary. So it's a little bit hard to describe, but we'll do like a pen, like a really nice pen with like glitter and a little charm or something. And then we'll do another item like a notebook, or it obviously varies. But yeah, it's quite a lot of work to source those items and to keep it fresh, and we have to work with new manufacturers. Obviously, I don't make washi tape in-house, I don't make pens in-house, all of this kind of thing. So I have been thinking about maybe scaling it back a little bit. The price will come down, and it will just be really about the art, because although I love making these items, I don't know, don't like panic if you hate this idea. I haven't made any decisions at all, but it was just something I was thinking about. But for me, I suppose I don't want to be a maker of stationery, which is kind of ridiculous to say because I have a stationery company, but I think often it's become more about, with those stationery items, it's become more about the item, the functional item, rather than the art and the design of it. Does that make sense? So I was thinking about scaling it back and just putting more into the art and having more creative freedom, because of course, you know, it limits me when I'm designing a pen or something. It's, you know, a ruler. It's very functional. It's very stationary. I prefer it to just be like a box of happiness and joy that just kind of, I was going to say explodes then, that's not the right word, is it? But like, just really makes you happy when you open it, just reminds you that this is some time for you. Past you has gifted future you this box, and you have permission to have a little bit of you time, a little bit of looking through and enjoying the content. So I don't know, that's just something I was thinking about this morning. Let me know if you have any thoughts either way. I'm going to move some of this paint out the way so that I can be more central. Okay, so onto the question of the day, and please do, it's my fault, I haven't really told anyone. I've posted in the Bestie Facebook group. I think that's the only place I posted, like twice in the Sugar and Sloth Bestie Facebook group about these vlogs, but I need to do a better job because I need some more comments to talk, because I want to talk to you, and I want to share what you want to know about. Maybe you have your own stationery business, or maybe you love doing art, or maybe you're just curious. Maybe you're a member, yay, I love you, of Tiny Hug Club, and you have questions about that and the process and stuff. So I don't know, anything, but let me know. It's very, very useful. So the question of the day, thank you. So, let me give a little bit of context. So I like to say the word so in this vlog, don't I? So, when you edit yourself, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I don't edit these, but most of my videos, obviously for social media, are very edited, and it just really brings you into like the words that you say all the time when you have to edit and listen to the same short clip over and over all the time. I'm very conscious of the words I use. So I have launching Strategy for Happy, which is a little bit of very much a different side of me, I think. And it's kind of this passion project that's been running throughout the years, and it's research into happiness. It's research into different belief systems, processes, neuroscience. I trained to become a counsellor as part of it. Really research into what does happiness mean to people? How can we get more happiness in our lives? Who wouldn't want to know that? So I'm in the process of working with an editor and getting it published as a book. I also have a video guided journey, a video course which takes you through it, which I have some members in. But again, I haven't properly launched it. I'm just kind of enjoying it. It is open, but I haven't really been shouting about it. I'm just really enjoying kind of working with our small cohort and doing weekly lives and that kind of thing. Obviously, I'm focusing very much on art. I'm still running my business, and that's the kind of thing with Strategy for Happy. Like, it always needed to be something that could fit within a busy life, because I need it to be something that you can practically use and that's going to be really helpful. So I've done all of this training, I've gained all of this knowledge. I know that I've had a real luxury to spend the time on it, and I know that most people are busy, have jobs, have children, do not have this luxury. So that is why I've created it into really broken down, simple, easy to use steps. So the question is, knowing what you know now, are there any of your old products, like worksheets, notebooks, quotes, that you would change? Ooh, that's such a good question. And this is not the first time this has come up, because astute viewers will notice that there is sometimes a contradiction between Strategy for Happy, what I teach in there, and Sugar and Soft, my illustration brand. So Sugar and Soft is not just, well, it is illustration, but we talk about anxiety, we talk about mental health. Such a good question. So, yes is the answer. Yes, let me get into it. Such a fun topic. So, a year ago, it's misleading to say I closed my Sugar and Soft shop, because I sort of didn't. We stopped shipping we still ship the Tiny Hug Club subscription boxes from our Wiltshire studio, but everything else we've moved to working with a fulfillment team, which means that I discontinued a hell of a load of products, a hell of a load of designs, because when I had my shop just in my studio, like in Wiltshire, physical premises, designed everything, had everything in-house, shipped everything out from there, I kind of never really discontinued stuff. I kind of just kept it all going, which was, created a bit of chaos because we had so many SKUs, individual products and designs. But there was kind of never really that incentive. Obviously space, was an issue, but not always. So for example, like I used to print my own mugs and things like that, so it wasn't always an issue. But when we go to we have gone with moved to working with an external fulfillment team, of course, there's limited space. So they store things and they ship them, and I could no longer have the full product range. Certain things, just a lot of things actually, probably like, I don't know, 80% of designs. I had so many designs, like even the besties, the most loyal Sugar and Soft members would not have known all the designs, because there were so many. And of course, every month I create sometimes I create like 10 new characters for a box. Normally there's at least like one new character. So anything that you like in the boxes, I would like turn into then products and mugs and t-shirts and things. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of designs. So I did discontinue a hell of a lot of designs then. And it also gave me the opportunity to address this loggerhead with the designs that do not sit well with what I now know from Strategy for Happy. And let me get into what that is. So there is a disconnect. So you've asked about the worksheets. Actually, I had to think about this today. The worksheets and the colouring books, no, I absolutely stand by them. So they were created because, I just want to say this in a certain way, I want to say that I would never be as irresponsible to create some kind of some kind of worksheet that has some value to do with emotions or feelings from nothing, from no education. So I started creating those when I started my educational journey, when I was training to be a counsellor. So those are actually all backed by either CBT or other other processes and practices based in science. I haven't just pulled them out my bum, for want of a better phrase. So the worksheets I'm all good with. Some of them still exist in digital format. I've made actually our most popular one into a print-on-demand book. The colouring books, all good. I mean, you know, they're colouring books, aren't they? The swearing, all good. I don't really swear in Strategy for Happy. I don't know, it's just me, it's just my voice, so I probably do swear sometimes. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't have a problem with swearing. I think swearing, there's actually studies and evidence that swearing can be very positive for your mental health. So, although there is a difference between swearing at people and swearing for emphasis, swearing at a situation, of course that's different. So I don't have a problem with them, but yes, there are definitely designs that come from Sugar and Sloth that I designed before my educational journey that I don't really stand by now. But I will say, Sugar and Sloth, please don't take this as the end of Sugar and Sloth. It's absolutely not. So Sugar and Sloth has its place, and Sugar and Sloth, as it has always been, is to make people feel, or to show people that they are not alone. So it's about our community. It's about sharing something which comes from my own personal experience, my lived experience, my own journey, sharing something that makes people feel, okay, I feel like this too, and I'm not alone. Because I think that's such an important first step, depending on where people are, for people to see, and that's always been the crux, that's been the catalyst for Sugar and Sloth. So I'm just looking at my notes now. Yeah, not alone. And literally, like the little strap line for Sugar and Sloth, my Instagram bio is cute things to make you feel better when life is shit. So I definitely has a place, and there's nothing I'm like, oh my god, I should never have created that, that's so irresponsible. That's like, there's nothing like that, but there is things that I wouldn't put on the Strategy for Happy socials, and I wouldn't make now. I wouldn't make, and these things aren't, I think, the designs I'm going to reference are not products, I believe, although I do have a lot of requests and I do them. I'm just trying to think, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not like, this is terrible. I'm just like, I wouldn't create this now. So if I'm clever, I'm going to add here an example. So if I have done this in post edit, please, I don't know how to do this. If I've done this, like, I feel like I deserve a comment or like a like or something. So please do that if I've done it. If I fail to do it and I'm just pointing at nothing, don't like, don't comment, because it doesn't deserve it. So for example, that I hate everything, or that I hate fucking everything, everything's a fucking mess, everything's a disaster, those kind of things, I don't feel like that's a helpful statement for us. However, if someone is in a place where they're feeling like that, seeing that, having a bit of humour, having a cute cat or dinosaur can be really helpful to let you know you're not alone. So would I put it out there on the Strategy for Happy socials? No. But do I think it has a place and a value in the world? Yes, as long as it's not too much. So yeah, so Sugar and Sloth is a good tip for you. Never create two projects or businesses, whatever you want to call them, and name them with really similar names, because it gets confusing. So Sugar and Sloth, to let you know you're not alone, to build up a community. Strategy for Happy is kind of the next level. It's for people who want change. It's for people who are feeling stuck, overwhelmed, want more happiness in your life. Just think, there should be more. There should be more to life. There should be a better way. Every day feels the same. Weeks are disappearing. I don't feel like I'm living up to my full potential. That is where Strategy for Happy steps in. But it's a different, although it's an overlapping audience of besties, it's different. So some besties will love Sugar and Sloth and will never venture into Strategy for Happy, and some people will come into Strategy for Happy and never venture into Sugar and Sloth. And this is what I'm trying to decide at the moment with the book. Obviously it's designed by me, I don't know how much illustration, you know, of course if there's illustration it's going to be by me, but how much illustration and how much Sugar and Sloth style illustration I should lean into, because although it is very much me and we have an existing audience and amazing, I know it is alienating. And Strategy for Happy, it is, although it's still niche, it is wider. It's wider than the niche of people who love this style of illustration. Do you see what I mean? So I don't know. So yeah, so the I hate everything kind of things. Of course it's tongue-in-cheek, of course it's humour. I'm not saying it's terrible, I'm not saying it should be banned from the internet at all. But I'm just saying it's no longer what I'm about, really. And sometimes I do share artwork between, so on Instagram you can kind of share, like you can post on one profile, but it gets shared on the other profile as well. And sometimes I do, but there's things that I wouldn't cross share as well. The same with Strategy for Happy. So I know that, yeah, like it's not going to be the same stuff as Sugar and Sloth. So when I did, that's such a good question about like the worksheets and stuff. So I've done notebooks, like worksheety type things that go into Tiny Hug Club boxes. And I remember when I started putting them in that, I was nervous because it never used to be about that. It never really used to be like a self-care box. It just used to be cute designs that I wanted to make. I'd put some phrases on them to like kind of be relatable and like things that I had experienced and like maybe you feel this too, but it was there was no rules, basically. There was no rules. Is there rules now? Yeah, I feel like there is rules. I feel like I've imposed rules, which is good and bad, I guess. So yeah, so kind of yes. There's another thing I want to talk about as well. Yeah, so I was nervous about putting them in here because it was never intended. Our original subscribers were more fans of the snarky, sweary kind of vibe. We still do have the optional sweary pin. I don't feel like it's obviously still me. Do you know what I mean? Like I haven't changed my personality, but it's been, for Sugar and Sloth, I feel like it's been 12 years. This box has been 9 years. Like it's a long time, and I've really been on a friggin' journey of growth, and as cringy as it sounds, self-discovery. So I have changed and evolved as a person, as everybody does. Of course, as over a decade, everybody does change. You know, all artists. I think I saw this comment. Someone had posted a comment on my video or something the other day, and it was just something like it was really good. I really like these kind of comments because then I can make content from them and it's really useful. But they were like, oh, it's so cringy when illustrators call themselves artists, but that is bollocks, in my opinion. Anyway, illustrators are very much artists. So you know, I think with fine artists and with musicians, we are more kind of accepting that they're going to make different kinds of music or art, or they're going to go through these phases. But I think because I guess I'm illustrating physical products, it's not really the same, is it? I guess it's become, which I'm very thankful for, it's become a brand, and people expect certain things from that brand and certain qualities and designs and, you know, phrases and things from the brand, rather than it being Anita Perry, the artist, whereas you might expect more kind of change. Do you see what I mean? I don't know, let me know if I'm making sense. So there's that. So there's also something massive that I want to talk about that I kind of, yeah, it's a bit more of a tricky one. It is things that I designed with Sugar and Sloth. So let me show you here, unless I'm just putting it nothing like an idiot, let me show you here. These kind of designs that just say, which was our most popular design for ages, by the way. So I definitely think it has a place. So it's the anxiety design. There was a few different ones, very similar vibe, but this is a really good example. So this is the anxiety design. I literally have a mug over there, so I'm just staring at that as well. And the meaning behind that is, let's talk about anxiety. Let's make it not threatening, not scary to talk about. I don't want to say normalise anxiety, but normalise talking about anxiety to make people feel less alone. So that is the meaning behind it. But I also have learned that having the word anxiety everywhere and leaning in to the identity of being an anxious person can be very unhelpful. So again, it's a balance. Like, do I think this still has a place in the world? Yes, I do. I don't have it on any products, and I probably won't again, but I do think it is important to normalise that conversation. But do I think it's helpful to have it on an object, on objects everywhere, of course it's fine. Like having it on a mug, it's not going to do you harm. I do not believe it's going to do you any harm, but do I want to promote having it everywhere and sell loads of different products with it? And because this is something that I learned about myself, by the way, like all of my sugar and sauce journey, everything, of course, I'm just one person. It has been a reflection of my journey. And I used to literally call myself like the anxious bestie or something like that. And I lent into that identity. And when I did work and I stepped away from accepting that that was my identity, rather than something I could change and work on, it was a lot more helpful and a lot more freeing, to be honest. And I did realise, I was like, yeah, I did kind of make that my identity. So, you know, is someone having it on a mug making it their identity? No, of course it's not. But I, as the artist who was designing everything that had anxiety on, maybe it's not what I would do now, basically. It's not what I would do now. I don't know if you've noticed, I used to talk a lot about ADHD and autism. I no longer talk about those things. And that is because I am not an expert on that. I have researched and become qualified in other areas, but not those at all. So I no longer really talk about them. There you go. And there's kind of, it's a grey area, you know, like this design. Hopefully this works. I should probably describe the design. No, I can figure it out. Anxious but doing it anyway. Yeah, so that's kind of, yes, we have the word anxious, but we are being positive about it. We're saying, but doing it anyway. So I feel like that's good. I feel like that's a good stepping stone, for example. I really hope this is making a lot of sense, not just coming across as waffle. We shall see. So yeah, so sugar and sloth, not feeling alone, talking about emotions and feelings and having a laugh. And I feel like humour is so, I don't want to say the word healing, but I feel like it is healing. Fuck it. I do feel like it's healing. So that's sugar and sloth's place in the world. And then Strategy for Happy is for anyone who wants to step it up a level, who wants more, who wants to get more, who wants to work with me on the strategies for happy. And it's rewiring our brain for calm, confidence, and to live the life that you want to live. That's what it is. That's how I should introduce it. I need to do my elevator pitch for Strategy for Happy because that was poor before, what I said before. But that's okay. I can work on that. Still okay, so I kind of hope I've answered the question anyway. And I do wonder. So there was a time when I first kind of started all the socials for Strategy for Happy, and I did keep it very separate from Sugar and Sloth because I'm aware that they're different and potentially different audiences, although with a lot of overlap. But I have more recently started merging the socials, and that's because I've been working more on Strategy for Happy, and it's a lot to do like 3 social media accounts, which is Sugar and Sloth, Strategy for Happy, and Anita Perry Artist. There's 3, it's quite a lot of content to make, and I just feel like the stuff with Strategy for Happy is so valuable. Like, I just want to share it. I want to share it to Sugar and Sloth because it's so valuable. I know it is changing Sugar and Sloth's direction a little bit. It's not exactly what you might expect from the brand, but I just feel like it's really freaking valuable. So at the moment I'm doing a series which is the 17 Secrets of Happiness, which is derived from the book of Strategies for Happy. And yeah, that's quite fun. Like, it's quite a fun series to do, to be honest. So I put them all in this jam jar and I take them out one by one and we have a chat about them. So that's quite fun. And I've been sharing that on Sugar and Sloth. And of course it's not been doing as well as the classic Sugar and Sloth posts, but just to be honest with you, I want to spend my time on something that I believe makes the biggest positive impact, and I believe it is Strategy for Happy. So make of that what you will. I love Sugar and Sloth, don't get me wrong. So I'm kind of doing the three-wheeler. Shall we just say that's an expression? I know I spoke about that a lot in my previous episode, or the one before, I think. Okay, so this is my waffle for today. Love the format of this. I hope you like it. I really do. I hope you're not just like, why is she waffling and not editing herself to take out the gaps and the ums and ahs. I don't know. I just feel like it's really like we're sitting down to have a conversation. But I do need your questions, please, because I'd so much rather talk about what you want to hear about rather than just what I want to talk about. So, what a lovely episode. My longest one yet. Over 30 minutes. Whew, amazing. Oh, bollocks. I was just saying, wasn't I, how I don't edit these. And then I was like, well, obviously I'm going to have to edit it, aren't I, to put the images in. Yeah, I have to. All right, I need to not do that in future because I really don't want to edit them. I need to bring physical copies of the designs or something if I want to talk about them. But that's fine. I will deal with that. All right, bestie boos. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been lovely. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.